Do you think Rodgers looks better or worse after those latest comments?
I don't think it was possible for him to look worse. What got me though was that he was honest the first time he went on Friday, and when he was quoting the great Martin Luther King. Let me tell you guys something. If you ever feel like you want to quote Martin Luther King, just stop. Just don't. Just stop. No more. Nobody. Stop quoting Martin Luther King, because Aaron realized, oh, 4 days later, you know what? This activism stuff just isn't for me. I'm an athlete. And I think we saw the real Aaron. He gave his opinion the first time he spoke. And when the blowback hit him, that's when he was like, oh, okay, let me correct this and give my real apology. Although it did sound like, you have somebody who gives you the passive aggressive, like, it appears that my words may have offended you. You felt some type of way.
It's not an apology.
I'm sorry that you felt some sort.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That bothered me. And I think ultimately, Aaron didn't want the smoke. Aaron didn't want to deal with the Kyrie, didn't want to deal with all of it. So now he felt he had to come back and say, I'm sorry if I may have misled people. And then by the end, he finally said, yeah, I understand I misled people and I have to take full responsibility.
My issue with Aaron Rodgers, and listen, I'm unapologetic about how I feel about the man. I think that he's the greatest talent at the quarterback position I've ever seen. I coined the phrase, he's a bad man for a reason, because I mean it. And one of the greatest honors of my professional career was meeting him and getting to talk to him. And I felt that on numerous occasions, people were a bit too critical and looking for things to knock him down for. I remember when somebody was trying to bring up his family issues because his brother was on The Bachelor, and, his brother said some things. And my first words were, mind your damn business. It's none of our business what went on between him and his family. It's none of my business. And I still hold true to that. But I say all of that to say that I never looked at Aaron Rodgers and associated the word weak with him until this happened. Because I keep going back to Carson Wentz is not vaccinated. He's playing. Kirk Cousins is not vaccinated. They're playing. There is nothing in the National Football League prohibiting you from playing the game of football if you are unvaccinated. They just have protocols in place that you have to follow if you're going to play, because they're worried about their bottom line being compromised, because according to the science, if you're not vaccinated, you're more apt to contaminate somebody else, and obviously yourself, than you would be if you were vaccinated. And so because of that, to want to have your cake and eat it too, to be as duplicitous and as my boy Jeff would say, as deliberately deceitful as you were. Oh, yes, I'm immunized. You were waiting for the media to ask you a follow-up question. Why? You could have simply said no. Of course, I'm immunized, but I didn't take the vaccine. Okay, so they didn't follow up and they didn't do their due diligence, and that's on them. But it doesn't allow you to escape your culpability in all of this, nor that for the Packers. And then for the Packers to co-sign on it, to let you gallivant around without a mask on. I'm not talking about press conferences. I'm talking about on that football field, communicating with players after each game. You are on that football field knowing that you weren't vaccinated, and that is the issue. And so for me, for him to turn around and to try to give an explanation, everybody was focused on the explanation and how convoluted that sounded. You know what I was focused on? Well, why the hell didn't you say all of that from day one? Because if you said that from day one, we could agree or disagree. But what we wouldn't do is sit up there and call you a liar. This wouldn't be a story. The NFL wouldn't have had to investigate. The Green Bay Packers wouldn't have mud on their faces. You wouldn't either, and we would all move forward. You went through all of this because you couldn't man up and say, yo, this is what the situation is, which leads everybody to say, okay, what else are you weak about? Were you telling the truth about Gutekunst? Telling the truth about Green Bay Packers? How you been treated? Is that not just a figment of your imagination? Are you embellishing just a touch to make yourself look like the victim so you can ultimately walk away and still have the support and the applause and the adulation of the football world? What other links are you willing to go to if something so simplistic and easy for you to do is something you struggle to do? And that's why I sit up here and I'm disappointed.
Listen, man, there are
Not that
things
it matters.
there are things that you can say that are offensive. There are things that you can do. There's a number of things, nuance. And I'm not a big fan of cancel culture. Like, people been saying stuff out of the box since the beginning of time. I'm not a big fan of people being ostracized for one thing that they said or one thing that they did. I am a big fan of calling people out for who they are, though. Like, if you are that type of person and you want to sell it off as, well, I made a mistake, I just said this one thing, no, this is who you are, bro. And I keep saying that. This ain't about Aaron Rodgers being vaccinated. This is about Aaron Rodgers being deceitful. It's about Aaron Rodgers trying to pull the wool over people's eyes. We've said 1,000 times on this show, whether you're vaccinated or unvaccinated, you do what you do. But there are rules in place. If you want to be a part of the organization you're a part of. If you don't, then there's consequence to that. You can be mad at those consequences. But these businesses, these places, the NFL and what we're talking about in particular, they not bending on that. That's the way that they want to move forward based on the information and knowledge they have.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.